game number 3 of the drafting phase. ONIC Esports up against ECHO. Let's see what they ban.
Well, I mean...
Oh, already.
Okay, there we go. We're loaded in. They're already out here, right?
They're
Look at that.
fast.
ECHO Philippines, still on the blue side. They're going to take out the 3 assassins.
Yep, the Ling, the Haya, the Fanny. I mean, like, what? Lancelot's left, right? Like, there's not too much left. All right.
Even Kyrie's laughing. He's like, all right.
All right. Let's see what he's going to play then, right? Because again, major assassins kind of taken out at this stage of the game. However, that's not exactly the only way. You're thinking of like raw assassins. I'm thinking of like Paquito full damage builds. I'm thinking about like the Bruiser Fighter full out damage, all out snowball here. Whether or not it's going to be true, not 100% sure, but looking at the bans, Eve, Carry, and as well as Juan for the side of ONIC. First pick Fredrin for ECHO.
Are we going to have a switch? Because so far we've seen ONIC has been playing, on the ONIC side we've seen more of the tank jungle, right? But now are we going to have ECHO playing the tank jungle? Because we're already seeing KRTZ picking up the Fredrin coming out.
Well, I think that's such a big flex, right? With it being locked in first pick, you don't really know exactly where it's going. That's the big strength there, because still, I mean, even Glue is available. You still have the highly contested mid lane. You have Farsa. We've seen a lot of Farsa. Eve's already taken out here. So, I mean, with a Fredrin locked in, you have that flexibility, but I feel like even on the backside for ONIC Esports, they're going to lock into flexibility picks themselves. There's the Glue.
Oh, Glue Monster. I want to correct myself there. I actually reversed the team name there. but for sure, coming out, nice pick on Kaja and Glue. Now, for Glue to counter Glue, there are quite a bit of options. You can take out Uranus and a mission Terizla. You know, we just talked about it. This might be something that I could consider right now.
Well, it depends on what kind of aspect of Glue you want to counter, right? Because even when we're talking about, yes, Terizla being counter in lane against someone like the Glue, in terms of impact, it could be very different things. You know, Glue still can displace you, and that's why we're seeing, people picking Benedetta, for an example, to force priority. Yes, I can't beat you in lane, but I can definitely cut off your backline and hit multiple peoples with my wide range, and especially with Petrify and the way that it interacts with Electro Final Blow. Oh boy, did I just see that correctly? Okay, all right. Thank goodness. I definitely thought it looked a little different there. Farmus and as well as Cho locked in for ECHO.
Are we going to see a Beatrix pick? Because with Kaja, once you get the hook, what's more important is the burst damage that comes out, right? When the Divine Judgment's ready. Now, there are not too many marksmen, or should I say burst damage ready. When you come from Mage, we're talking about Lunox. When you come from Marksman, we're talking about Beatrix, Carry, those kind of characters. Now, Carry being already banned, the next best option is Beatrix. If it's not picked here, I think ECHO might just ban it away in the next round.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead and do that. Because again, if you lock in the Lunox pick, we've seen that so much, that interaction between Kaja and Lunox. But I do want to pick the smart guy's brains here, right? The Faramis. What do you guys feel about the Faramis, Gideon? I mean, we've seen it work really successfully, and then other times it kind of falls short.
Yeah, it really depends because, Valentina. Now, it really depends because Faramis is one of those heroes where it's like, yes, if you're winning, you are winning hard. If you are losing, it doesn't necessarily save you from a dying situation. You could even say that, Diggy kind of fulfills that role as well, but works both ways. But let's look at this quote coming in from Yaoi. ONIC Esports is stronger than RRQ. I don't know when they got this quote, but...
I was going to say,
it's got to be, I don't know. It's pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's quick. When did they get that from Yaoi? But
yeah,
it's Inception. They just stole the idea right from his head, put it right down. We know what he wanted to say to begin with. But now we see the second half of the ban phase. The Joy was something that I wanted to bring up earlier. Why wasn't it picked earlier? Is there something that they are afraid of or maybe are a little hesitant as Harith gets banned out by ECHO?
Now, Joy is a character that you cannot take out very easily, especially when Kaja is available. And then there are actually so many counters. Talking about Lunox being one of them, Carry being one of them. Carry got banned. There are also options kind of like Franco. Franco is a character that we kind of largely ignored in this entire series so far. But now with Chao coming out, I don't expect this time Chao to be jungle. I really don't. I think it's going to be Yaoi Chao.
Yeah, you think Fredrin's going in the hands of KRTZ possibly here.
Yeah.
Right. But I got to say too. When was the last time we saw Valentina and Faramis? I mean, maybe once or twice in the tournament, but this was something that we saw a lot back in even the MPL regions and other tournaments early on into the season, where it was constantly Faramis and Valentina before they kind of got those, minor nerfs for both of them. But they're still highly contested because now not only for ONIC Esports do you have an immediate Divine Judgment where you can lash down a target, but Valentina as well, if you can steal that Cult Altar, you extend those team fights, I mean, even more.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, it's one of those situations whereby you're hoping that the second half of the draft, especially when we're talking about AoE damage, you want to kind of hold back for that. And especially when you're looking at like things like Cho, you're already seeing like, hey, they've got Fredrin as well to peel you off. Therefore, you're kind of, well, de-incentivized to not pick it up. And they've already got their mid lane duo, so therefore it's kind of on Echo to predetermine that.
Now the thing about Faramis and Valentina picking this particular game is really smart. First, from Echo side, Faramis straight up counters Glue. Right? We talk about the one-shot potential it has once Glue uses the split, and on top of it, Faramis is really powerful in the early game phases. Right? Talk about wave clear along with Chow. Now Valentina can copy the ultimate, but the early game is not that great. And here we go. We have the Barats coming out. This might be a Barat jungle, but at this point, I don't know. Anything can be flexed.
Wait, let me think about this for a second. I'm thinking about this for a second. I'm looking at the lane matchup, potential lane matchups. Is there any real advantage if they put Dairoth into the EXP lane? I'm thinking he's up against Glue, so then it's kind of a 50-50, but regardless, Glue can not interact with him at the same time, so I think it probably is going into the jungle, but that could just be the Malaysian bias. I've seen way too many Dairoth jungles back in MPLMY.
I mean, technically, it's, yeah, you could flex it, right? You could flex that, but on the other side, ONIC Esports being very, you know where all these are going. This last pick, wow. Oh, the Leslie.
Oh.
Oof.
It makes sense. Leslie does do really well with tanky characters, especially like Fredrin. You know, when carry is taken away, when there's not so much true damage available to shred a tanky front line, Leslie does it, right? Leslie, probably 3 shots of Fredrin late game, but it has to get there. Now that's a true test for this side, for this draft. Can they get to the late game, leveraging, knowing that early game Faramis is going to dominate mid lane, and they're going to skill better.
Is this the 4-item marksman, or is it a 2-items marksman, Gideon?
Well, in this particular case here, I would say it really depends on the situation. I would say Leslie is going to be a 4-item marksman. That's when you feel like, wow, one hit really hurts. I gotta back off. I might even need to reset if the crit is too high.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leslie is not a character we've seen often on M4 stage, but sometimes it takes out, it's really smart. We've seen it in scrims where you take Leslie to go against carry, because that's also really good I should say opponents, right, for Leslie. But here we go, as we come into next game.
All right, welcome to the land of Dawn, everybody. This is game number 3, ONIC Esports up against Echo. Let's get right into it.
CW showing us something different every game, right? We've seen the Moscow, we've seen the Melissa, right? Now we're seeing Leslie.
I mean, I did say early on, you know, if you're holding on to anything, now is the best time to just pull it out in this series. Yeah. You add that uniqueness, that flavor here from something that we really haven't seen much of so far in this M4 tournament. And, you know, previous game, they made it work for them. Boots, though, now has the help of Sands. They do get the flicker in. Sanford not going to be able to get to the Terra 5. First blood over the hands of Boots.
Well done. Really smart play here, and I think this is a huge mistake coming in from Sanford specifically. He should have known better. Why would Glue suddenly walk into the left rush and not back in, especially when he has flicker as well? There's just no reason. He should have expected the mid lane to start coming, and I'm pretty sure that Sanji did comment that there is somebody missing in the mid lane.
And for stats, ONIC is ranked first in assists per game with 39.8.
What?
That is insane.
That is insane. 40 assists per game?
Now my OCD is kind of like itching right now. Just make it 40. Why would you put the 0.8 there? Just make it 40, man.
How is that even calculated? Does it combine everybody's assists?
It would definitely combine everybody's assists as a team. But now we see why Barat is being so very annoying here, working similarly to Cartesi on this Fredrin. It's actually technically be okay here. But yeah, they're invading every move we see coming out from Echo. ONIC has a very smart response.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but you see a lot of this pressure on this side. Turtle's going to be up in a couple seconds here. But by that time, you have all these ultimates on the line. Sands does have that Cult Altar, so he's going to hold on to that here. But, man, if anything, we've seen how much of a nuisance a Barrett's jungle can be here, especially that front line presence. As already, they're trying to go contest this. Yawi going to go in here. Gets the way of the dragon. There's the Cult Altar to respond. Carl T's able to secure the turtle. Cult Altar committed. They're still going to find it out. Looking for the kill as Kyrie falls. Sanford going in with the strike. Able to find Sands. 2 down. Looking for more. Double kill for Sanji. Make it a triple.
Beautiful. Beautifully done. And, you know, Sanford, even though he was about to lose his lane, got a little bit of help to hit that level 4 and immediately making all that difference. It feels like whoever makes that first move is, especially when you're copying, expect 2 call altars from either side. Whoever pops it first is going to lose.
Oh my god, I gotta say, Echo's draft and their strategy is so good coming to this game. You have Dairos that can destroy tanks, and they force Kairi into a tank character. First of all, that's not something Kairi's known for, right? They ban away every single assassin available, and force him onto a barrage, and pick the Dairos. On top of it, it's a Yaoi differential, right? Yaoi comes in with a kick onto the Dairos, a full combo, full dive. That was incredible. 4-0 clean sweep and the turtle. Let's talk about ambulance. Here we go.
They're going to go ahead and find Yaoi. They're going to use a lot here. Divine Judgment and the Daytona's welcome. Yaoi can't escape that one. Now they're going to focus on the Betty Cutie. Terrify comes out. ONIC Esports able to grab 2 kills top side.
I'm not gonna lie, a bit disrespectful that Keyboy took that kill from CW. He definitely would have preferred it, but I don't think this is the end of the engagement. Okay, it is, but 40 seconds on the clock until we see the next turtle come. CW, now that he is ahead in the lane against ManyQT, it's gonna be really tough for ManyQT to keep on laning against him. It's just a losing battle.
Oh my god, the early game. Oh, Sans!
No. They get the Cult Altar out here. Razor's Wrath going to be committed. But as you were saying, Dave,
yeah, I was about to say the early game, despite how much ONIC just won on the top side, they're still behind from 1 play on the bottom side around the turtle fight. Just to show you that the early game advantage, the team fight Echo setting up. Talking about team fight, here we go, top side.
Well, they get the flicker out, but they're going to sandwich in. There's the Cult Altar, the flicker in. CW can't escape that one. Yaoi picking up a kill himself. Now Keyboy going to be sandwiched as well. Still going to go in with the Divine Judgment. Sanji has to flicker out. Carl TZ still there on the front side. They disengage for now, and also even on the bottom side, they're going to be duking it out there. But the turtle is now up. Carl TZ looking to get an initiation here. Keyboy has to be careful. Daytona's welcome, gonna eat up Yaoi. Into the wall he goes. Can't get the kill though, Sans. Able to get the Cult Altar. They're gonna reset. Carl TZ goes and focuses on the turtle. ONIC Esports gotta be careful, Sans. The Cult Altar comes out. Flicker in, they get the kill for Sanford. Now Boots here. Turtle secured, still going on in the mid lane. And there you go, Echo Philippines still building on this lead.
Oh man, every time ONIC actually gets a profitable play, Echo makes sure that they stop that momentum instantaneously. They don't allow them to get even more gold than they should. And Echo now just pumping up the gas. They're making sure that ONIC cannot breathe. And this gold lane getting obliterated. CW is gonna struggle to even walk up.
Holy, look at the gold differential on the EXP lane right now. You know, you have Dairos sitting at 4,100 gold, about 1,100 gold ahead. I mean, this guy's going in full penetration. Dairos already had penetration, but before that...
Keyboy gonna go in, they should be able to find Sanji, they do! Sans grabs the kill, it's a shutdown. That's gonna be a nice win for ONIC Esports, but can they still press the situation? They're gonna make their way to the top side. Yaoi gives the signal. ManyQT gonna back out here for now.
This is gonna be scary for Echo, right? I mean, like, the later it goes, Dairos is gonna do more damage, one burst, and it's going to be really good against the Cold Order if you copy that ultimate. Another skirmish in the mid lane.
Yeah,
TZ.
Should be okay. Terrifying. They just poke back and forth. Both teams going to respect here. Kairi, again, quite tanky on this Barretts.
So far, I'm trying to figure out where exactly the focus is going to be for.
Well, the focus going to be right here with Wave Drag from Yaoi. CW going to fall. Cult Altar comes down. They're still looking for Keyboy and Sans. They're in trouble. It's a double kill for the Storm. As Sanji grabs another himself. 3 fall for ONIC Esports.
Man, I was about to talk about the focus coming in from ONIC, but Echo, it's a very clear plan for them. They just want to absolutely shut down this gold lane and make sure that CW will never be able to get to that late stage of the game. It will be ideally over before he even begins to start walking.
Are you not entertained by the Yaoi's chow?
Yeah.
This is just build different gaming, right, on top side.
High energy gaming.
High energy gaming. This guy goes in, high energy, yells, "Yeehaw!" Walking, what the, You know, and everybody just fall. It's actually just build different gaming. Speaking of that,
Dave's been unleashed here, and now they get a punish. They're still looking for more. Kairi is down. Turtle going to be secured by Carl TZ. Now the focus here in the mid side. They get the Terrify. Sanji going to fall though. ONIC Esports trying to turn this moment around in the mid lane. Not going to be able to get anything else though. Keyboy does still have that Divine Judgment, but it's safer if they don't initiate.
All right, now I'm thinking, when exactly is ONIC Esports going to get that momentum back, right? I mean, yes, they're bleeding right now. Yes, they're trying to stop this momentum, but Echo is in full control. And I think, you know, number one, Sanford is basically uncontested in the side lane. Nobody can really do anything about it. And ONIC now forcing themselves into a corner to make sure that CW could eventually carry the game. But I don't think that might not necessarily be the right play here.
And this goes back to what we talked about in the very beginning when Leslie got first drafted, right? We talk about this. This is a very item-dependent character. It needs like 4 items just to be relevant. And he's not getting there anytime soon, you know? At this rate where Echo is snowballing, especially with Yaoi's Chow, the engage is coming too fast. I mean, even with Kaja's hook, you feel like there's this lack of damage. Whoever he used Divine Judgment, there's not enough burst to get that one taken care of.
Well, they might be looking for a moment here as the conceal play comes out. Colt Holder, Yaoi with the way of the dragon. Look at the backside, looking for more. Sand's in trouble here. CW trying to fire off on the backside. Carl TZ gonna get it eaten up here. It's Boots that falls though. Do they have enough damage? Yaoi has to flicker out. They're still looking. CW full health here. Still on the chase, Sanford quite low, but it's only Carl TZ who falls.
That's what you want to see coming up from ONIC Esports. They want to trade 50-50 at this stage of the game where the gold is relevant, and more so, they're actually at a deficit, which is way worse for Echo, who are supposed to be ahead and very clearly in the lead with their 5K gold lead.
And what a great job from ONIC Esports. Played it really slow and steady. At this point, just like you pointed out, Gideon, the trade is good for them, right? Especially any trade that doesn't involve CW. Give the CW the slow but sure steady accumulation into the late game. Let him have the item because he needs that. The entire team's damage is banking on this Leslie, and you cannot come any faster for him to get his item.
Conceal used again. Keyboy gonna have to find the right target with this Divine Judgment. Carl TZ, the front line here. Lord still gonna go ahead and reset. No one gonna commit just yet. But this is the disadvantage of ONIC Esports. They have no space to work with, no turrets down, as Echo Philippines has that advantage. And you can see them focusing more. Conceal gonna come out here. Looking at the moment. They get the Divine Judgment on Sanford in trouble. Immortality gonna be popped for now. Boots gonna fall though. Is Sanford able to grab the kill? CW still on the backside. Firing off, but it's just too much. Echo Philippines, look at Carl TZ. Appraiser's Wrath comes down. They're gonna zone them back. The flicker in. Santi with the drag. Kyrie's still up for now. But Benny Cutie with the killing spree going in, finding another as Keyboy falls.
No, CW couldn't get his ult on the right target. He could have gotten the kill off of Betty QT, or at the very least, force somebody to block it for him. But ONIC, man, what a trade that was. Unfortunately, not falling into their favor, guaranteeing that Echo is going to take this Lord, and now are looking to put that final nail in the coffin to get to that 10K goal lead.
To be honest, I mean, you got to give CW credit, right? Because at this point, there's so much dive. Just surviving takes a lot of effort, you know? And it's really hard. Everybody's falling, and CW able to survive. Let's take a look at his items right now. At least he got Endless Battle Berserker free, but he's slowly working towards a BOD. It's getting close, but look at Claws, already sitting at 9,000 gold, 2,000 gold ahead just from the marksman alone. And let's talk about mid lane as well, right? Promise is 2,000 gold ahead as well. This is getting scary every time Echo engages. They have the damage, they have the items to make it happen.
I mean, that's the thing. You can see this as they try to hold on to the tier 1. But the quick play from Yaoi again under the turret. Sanford on the backside going to get pulled with the Divine Judgment. Daytona's welcome as well. Blazing to it. Everything being thrown at ONIC Esports. The flicker again from Sanford as 3 down for ONIC Esports.
Oh man, Yaoi's so good on Cho. He's just too good. Get it out of here. Inhibitor falls. Next fight, they're going to end it right here.
They're still going to be going here. Benikidi in the backside, just able to free hit. Keyboy in trouble, trying to buy time, but it's not going to be enough as Echo Philippines takes the match, taking game number 3.
GG, well played, Echo. What a game.
What a game that is. Holy, the execution was flawless, engaged were decisive. They were on the mission. Every time Yaoi goes in, it's a devastation, a disaster for the other side. I just want to say, the Leslie pick, maybe we'll have to think about that for the next game.
Yeah. I mean, the idea just seems correct. All the moves that they did seem correct, but they just fell behind ever so slightly, and they could never recover from the damage with so much conviction, honestly, on that gold lane. You can't help but feel a little bad for CW.
I mean, master performance, like you mentioned, Yawi especially. We know when he gets the Cho, what's going to happen, right? The plays are going to be made. And even at the end there, how many people did he hit with that knockup without even using the Way of the Dragon?
Yeah.
And like you guys mentioned too, this leaves to question that Leslie pick. You needed way more time. I think the last time item Dave pointed out was the BOD was almost there. But by that time, at 10K gold lead by the end, it was too late.
It was too late.
I mean, even with the 10K goal lead, we also have to talk about the fact that the laning phase wasn't exactly the best for CW as well, with a lot of, you know, people getting these decent trades so far. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe I'm just looking too far ahead into this. So let's throw it over to the people who know what they're talking about. Analyst, please take it away.
We know what we're talking about, sure. I mean, sometimes I second guess myself. And that's a weird camera look, but yes.
That one?
It's that one. All right. So welcome to the Analyst Stand with me, LaFell, Trex, as well as Leo. And that was a very fast game where this time Echo, they really put the tempo where they're just charging forward because looks like Sanford, he really hates armor, and Sanji really charges to the front to make sure that no one dies.
This is the trademark Faramis in mid. I think in MPL Philippines, he's the only one who really made this work, at least up until everybody started picking it up like, mid Faramis is pretty good. And so far, this is the fastest series this game. And something tells me both teams have gotten to know each other a little better.
Most definitely, but one of the people that was always part of that charge, Yawi, on that show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just finding those picks, finding those marks, and I think that was one of the deciding factors of making that game so fast.
We gotta look at the draft. We gotta look at the itemization because, again, what was the determining factor that Echo could be like, we're not gonna get punished, we're just gonna drive straight ahead, because CW on his signature pick, which is the Leslie, is incredibly strong. I feel like everyone can agree to that, but has one main flaw.
All right, what is that?
It's a little bit slow, especially.
It's a Leslie.
It's, dude, Leslie's strong, okay? It's just that you need a lot of time.
Yeah.
And Echo, they didn't give any time.
And it's not just a matter of time, it's also a matter of space, you see. Given that Echo was constantly charging forward and forward and forward, despite CW getting his power hero, TM, it just was too much for the ONIC esports squad to deal with. We're looking at the stats this time around, and again, 11 minutes, 41 seconds, more than twice their health. It was so hard to come back after a certain point.
They didn't give a chance for Luminous Lord to actually show its face. Nope. Now, Trex, why are you a Leslie hater?
I mean,
What is it?
Lots of epic games in my past, you know, lots of Leslie.
We all do.
Back when she wasn't that good, you know, just, I'm sorry. But if we take a look at the CW to Benny Cutie, the gold lead was there. Benny Cutie able to outscale once again in that. But also, I want to kind of focus on Carl Teasy against Kyrie here. Kyrie not taking the assassin pick this time, but going with the Barats.
Okay, here's the thing. I want to be slightly more analytical here because ONIC, when they do draft a Leslie, is usually having a big wall in front of her. Now look at Echo and the items, because Sanford, as a Dyrov, just stretch armor, having 2 penetration items, and Sanji with the glowing wand, the way that they're drafting, having the Clot as well, a lot of DPS, the draft, the items, it completely counters what ONIC wants to do.
If it went on maybe 4 or 5 minutes longer, we would have seen one more damage item or armor penetration from Sanford. Now, into the game stats, you see how Sanji is here for 100% of the 20 kills that Echo put on the board. He's not only just there for participation, he's actually dealing a lot of damage. So again, it's clear, Ghost Bursters, there's still that interaction between Glue and Faramis, but also you see how ONIC are clumping up to protect CW.
Most definitely. I mean, so you get that damage. You also get the sustainability. You get so much dive potential. And with that added on top of Sanford and Yawi, I think it was just the perfect mixture to take down ONIC here.
Yeah, honestly, Sanji has been great. I'm going to keep saying that for a while, Leo, because, again, mistakes need to be improved. But speaking of which, this is one of the fastest games, I feel like even just today, where Echo, they really understood what ONIC is going to do before they did it. But we got to talk about the MVP, the person that really moved the sky, because above the sky, there's ONIC, but apparently above ONIC, there's Yaoi kicking everyone around. 80% kill participation.
This is a trademark pick for Yaoi, right? Just like how peanut butter goes with jelly, or how we want the room to be in a certain temperature. When Yaoi gets his hands on the Cho, great things happen.
And I think once he picked up that immortality, that's the thing that really helps him out even more. You already have so much mobility on the Cho, you have so much escapability on the Cho, but now with this, you can be even more aggressive, even more slippery, even after death.
We're gonna look at the heat map, but while we're looking, I need confirmation from you, Leo, because you know the players. So after this, just talk to Yaoi. Does he actually go yeehaw when he uses the Chow? I mean, I don't know, man. Assassin Dave.
That was a claim from Dave, yeah. I've listened to several of their comms. Can confirm he does not. He does not indeed go yeehaw, despite having started in the gold lane. Again, he babysat Benny Cutie for a bit, rotated towards the jungle, and then towards the turtle. Again, this is much like how the previous MVPs of the series have gone so far. They understood their role almost every single time, all the time, and which allowed their teams to just raise up in tempo all throughout and take the victory.
And you can even see a couple of those cuts into enemy territory there in that first 5 minutes, getting vision for his team, and now taking a look at some of these highlights.
Again, look at this. They're going for CW. It's like 4 people here. He's 100% wanting the farm. So they know exactly where they're going to be, and they just keep on charging and charging and charging. Now, the thing is, when Kyrie comes to defend, it really doesn't do much when Sanford is there ripping through any armor that the Barras just naturally has. And then Benny Cutie, I feel like even just with the Demon Hunter story, it's like, I don't care. I'm charging forward, and I'm going to drop everyone low, and I'm going to drop everyone dead.
Yeah, and against a team like Echo, you don't want to be on the defensive. You want to find a way to smash on through what they're putting on the table, and that's what happened in the games that ONIC have won so far, at least in the team fights that they have gotten the W for. But here, Yaoi was just cutting through the wall that was put up by ONIC, and that's what gave them the quick victory.
I mean, Yaoi, Benny, and Sanford cutting through that defense so well, and that's, I mean,